I have a big perspective problem for fat head, so I'm trying to lean. How do you reckon? You tell me.
That's good.
You educate me.
Yeah.
I'm very quick and easy.
Beaming a signal around the globe, direct from New York City. It's Brad Blanks.
Brad Blanks, and I've got Matthew Lillard here. How are you, buddy?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, you look pretty relaxed, sitting back.
Yeah.
Now, the movie, The Descendants.
You got a nice head.
Yeah, can you
Handsome head.
sort of...
Handsome head. People at home don't realize just how big that... I mean, it's a heavy head. How much do you think that thing weighs? 18, 19 pounds?
I think it's got to be... It's a bowling ball, right?
It's a big one, dude.
And it's like, if I come closer, people will really get the bowling ball effect because...
Don't do that.
No.
Viewers will turn you off in a
so
second.
I'm going to go back, try to get as close to George Clooney's head.
That's
It's
not
like,
a good idea. That's not... It just makes us all look bad.
But in the movie Descendants, though, you actually have the upper hand on George Clooney.
Yeah. I'm the first man in the history of filmmaking to sleep with George Clooney's wife, which is shocking. I know your viewers at home are like going, wait a sec, what? But that's true. That happened. In the movie, it does happen.
Yeah, but you obviously were a sex symbol in the late 90s, so you were sleeping with a lot of, people's girlfriends, weren't you?
Hilarious. No, I was never a sex symbol in the late 90s. No.
I reckon in the late 90s you would have had a pretty good time. Was it good to be Matthew Lillard in like 1990, maybe
Yeah,
the Christmas
sure.
Christmas 96? What was that like?
I will tell you, it's still pretty good to be Matt Lillard. I mean, I want you to know I still got it. You don't have to talk about the late 90s. I'm not Duran Duran.
But you're back at George Clooney's wife, so obviously everything's
Exactly,
fantastic.
but you're like, but how about the late 90s? I still got it, homie.
Sorry, but you explain to people how you get to make love to Clooney's wife in this wonderful movie.
Yeah, it was one of those things that, like, I went into audition, and in the audition, I just said to Alexander, I was like, look, I went through my thing, and he was like, that was great. And I said, thanks, I'm a good actor, but there's no way, and I said it, there's no way that this is the guy that's, getting up on Clooney's wife. And that's when the casting director threw me out of the office. And, I felt great going out of the room, but I was like, there's no way I get cast. And as I walk out, true story, there's like 5 of like the best looking guys in the waiting room waiting to go in. And I was like, oh, they all have such great abs. I'm never going to get this. And, at the end of the day, like 3 months later, I got the call and I was the guy. So. And
you nailed the part. Yeah, you were pretty intense and there was a lot of fear in the film. You are a married man yourself and there's a lot of fear in your eyes at the certain scenes that you have with the Cloonster. Does he instill fear, Clooney?
No, he's pretty small. Yeah. He's pretty minor.
Take him?
Yeah, you can look at him. It was funny though. First day I got to set, true story. As I was walking, it was that thing where I was like, all right, I know Clooney. I don't know him that well. He's one of the biggest stars in the world. This huge beach scene. There's like people lined up everywhere. I was like, should I just go out and say hi? Should I wait till later at work? And I was like, you know what? What would I do if I saw you? I'd like, oh hey, go over and walk hi. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and walk out. So I jump down on the beach and I start walking and all of a sudden, I got a guy coming in front of me and another dude coming behind me. And I was like, whoa, I'm in the movie. Like guys strangulating.
Security.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. They were like, get him out. I got him from behind. It was very scary.
Did Clooney bring up Scooby-Doo to you at all?
He didn't. No, I don't think anyone of any kind of good reputation's ever seen Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that was great.
No.
And I did love Scream as well. And you did scare people in that.
Sure.
In that film. Now, does Clooney see Scream? He didn't.
I don't. We didn't. It's funny. Clooney and I didn't really sit and talk about my career. He didn't really. I was like, I saw Batman and Robin. I saw ER. We never went over all the. No, we didn't trade resumes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think this movie's held in such sweet regard that people leave it and go, geez, that was a fine film, because I left uplifted after I saw that.
Sure.
Can you tell me why you think it's a great film?
I think it is a great film. I think it's an amazing accomplishment, and it's cheesy to say because I'm in the movie, but I think it's an American classic. I just think that's unbelievable, and I think that a lot of that's because Look, I don't think it's a movie you see very often. I mean, it's a story about a man with 2 daughters who's losing his wife, and like a land deal in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I think if you pitch that with any other director and any other movie star, like they would just go, "No, we're not making that movie."
It doesn't read when you just read it like that. That pitch, it doesn't. This is a melodrama.
It's so funny is that if that was the pitch of the movie, nobody would ever see it, and it's terrible. And those are the elements that are happening in the film. But it's exquisite and fantastic and funny. I mean, that's the thing that's really striking to me is that you have this great emotional movie that has humor. And look, I think that Alexander Payne with Sideways, with Election, with Citizen Ruth, all of these movies have such amazing performances and are all funny and dramatic. And about Schmidt, is another example of he's just an amazing filmmaker, and I think that again, The Descendants has amazing quality about it.